been with one of my guests today, and I try to be polite to whomever is on the show. This is a man named Louis C.K., and he stars in a new HBO sitcom called Lucky Louie. Okay, over the weekend, I watched 2 of his shows. You watched it, and you watched parts of it. I have a sense of humor. I'm probably going to make this show much more popular by saying this. I found them unbelievably vulgar.
They're pretty raunchy.
And racist. I'm used to the F word. That doesn't bother me. I think I have a sense of humor. But, I mean, it's got him for endlessly having intercourse with his wife while she's so bored. It shows the neighbors moaning. There's a vibrator that's shaking.
Yes.
There's also racist things.
It goes there.
And I just thought, I'm sure he's a lovely man. In a few minutes, I have to face him. But
no, but it makes you wonder. And, you know, the thing is...
Is there no boundary?
I guess not on HBO. I always joke about it, calling it hilarious but offensive, because that's what I think it is. As you heard earlier, the new sitcom Lucky Louie is definitely a hot topic, causing a firestorm of controversy that has some critics calling the show sexist and racist. And it's definitely a show that's not above going below the belt. Take a look.
Kim, we can't afford another baby.
But we always said we'd have 2 kids. We agreed when we had Lucy that we wouldn't make her be alone.
Yeah, but not now. Do you know how much we have in checking right now? Negative $50. We have to raise $50 to be broke.
I don't care. I'm not waiting. Lucy is 4 already. I'm getting pregnant right now.
Well, you ain't getting pregnant without my sperm.
That is not your sperm. That is our sperm. That's my sperm. Give it back.
Please welcome the creator and star of Lucky Louie, Louis C.K.
That was a funny thing.
Hello. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. You're in the hot seat now, Louis.
Very smart. Very smart.
Your show is popular now. I have just made it so popular by telling everybody all these raunchy scenes, right?
Well,
you can thank her by having her as a guest on the upcoming episode, maybe.
No, listen, I'm really glad that you said this stuff because I think a lot of people, you know, are confused by the show and offended by it. So it's, you know, it's good to be able to. I'm a little nervous and scared, but I'm glad to be able to talk to you about it.
You've actually said it's like honeymooners, sort of, right?
Yeah, the show is not, I mean, I don't want people to think that we're trying to make fun of folks and we're being dirty just for the sake of it. We're just trying to be as honest as possible. And we picked HBO so that people would know when they go there that it's a place where, you know, but at the same time, I know that HBO, once you buy it, it's just part of the flipping. So, you know, but all we're trying to do is be funny and unique and relatable.
But let me ask you this, Lou.
It's very grown up.
It can get very raunchy. What about the 7-year-old girl?
Grown up doesn't bother me. It's well, never mind. You and I we'll have lunch.
No, and I think it's a good thing because
no, it really is.
Barbara, I felt the same way watching it. But my concern was that there's a 7-year-old girl who plays your daughter on the show. Does she hear all the stuff that goes on? Because I know she's not in a lot of the scenes where that talk goes on.
Well, no, we actually shoot carefully so that she's not on the set when that stuff gets said.
You put big earmuffs on her or something?
Yeah, and she's in the show with us, but we are grown-ups live in the same houses as children. So, and grown-ups curse and grown-ups get mad
Listen,
at each other.
I read Natalie Wood's biography, okay? They used to let that kid go in water. She was petrified of water. She used to do scenes in water. To me, that's much more dangerous for a child actor than hearing a few words, okay?
You know what? I remember this one scene where it's your character, the daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
And the African-American couple that's across the hall gives her a doll. Her other friends gave her a doll. And the African-American couple gives her black doll.
That's right.
And she has to do a scene, and she does it very effectively, where she cries and says, "I don't want the black Barbie."
Right.
Is there conversation with this young actress about what the ramifications of that are? Because I know that those are the things that moms, Elizabeth and I were just talking about.
Sure. Well, I think that, like, for that scene, first somebody gives her a white Barbie, and my wife is upset because she doesn't like Barbies because of what they represent for women.
They said a little mini stripper. I thought it was a great line.
It was. It was funny.
And then she gets a black Barbie, and some kids just say stuff that you don't know why they're going to like something.
Exactly, but it was real. It was a real reaction. It wasn't a bad reaction as a kid.
For the kid to say, "I don't like the black Barbie," and then we all feel horrible.
Because you're embarrassed because this couple is there.
Exactly. So I think we let the kid absorb that the way the kid would in the real story, which is you don't like this Barbie and you just, you know.
Right.
But I don't think I think at this age the kid's 6 years old and we don't need to I don't want her to be race conscious or anything conscious. It's not up to me, though. I think it's up to her parents.
Speaking of
I hope the 6-year-old doesn't see the red vibrating moving when she's on the set.
Yeah.
No,
just keep her locked up somewhere else.
I just thought I'd throw that
Into the real world.
No, and as far as the race material on the show, the pilot sets up a situation which is real from my life, which is that we're raising my daughter in upstate New York. Right. And there are zero anything but white people up there where we are. And so an African...
Welcome to my world.
and a guy came to fix the refrigerator, and he was African American, and he and my daughter bonded with him. And he said...
This is in the show.
This is true, and it really happened.
True life.
And my daughter said refrigerator, because she had just learned the word, and he said, yes, refrigerator. And they said refrigerator to each other all day. And then I took her to New York City, and the first black guy that she saw, she said refrigerator.
She didn't know.
I
And so right away I thought my daughter doesn't have the varied experience.
That's cute.
Well, it was true, and so this is the thing. In order for our next generation to mix and not think of each other in terms of race, adults have to have these awkward, hi, please be my friend because you're black things. It's just awkward, but it's... But it's
just
something
tell
we're
her
really
when
dealing
she
with.
sees a chubby auntie star, don't say refrigerator. It hurt my
She also likes to play.
You do say to the, you know, I have no black friends, so please be my friend just because you're black.
I do, and that's the way, I guess. That's the way. I mean, that's not true in my life. You know, a friend of mine, Chris Rock, is a friend of mine, and he lives in a nice neighborhood, and he's got a daughter, and he has trouble finding black friends for her and for his black daughter because he's in an area that's so it's something that we're all dealing with.
We take care of that.
You do take those situations and make them real. Doesn't your daughter? You have your 4-year-old, and doesn't she like to play hide and seek, and you hate it?
Oh yeah, well, she loves playing hide and seek, and I guess I find it annoying because she's awful at it. Like, when we play hide and seek, she tells me where to hide. She picks my hiding place, which is just patently unfair. She's like, hide in the closet. And I'm like, but then you hide in the closet! You know, so I gotta go in the closet.
How does your family feel about exposing them like this? I mean, we all do.
My wife loves the show, and my daughters don't watch the show.
Most of the show is based on your relationship with...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the 4-year-old you love and find interesting. The 1-year-old you think is, what, a lump?
Well, the 1-year-old, I don't know nothing about her because she hasn't said anything yet. So there's nothing to really say.
Are you concerned with how big you are as a dad?
Oh, I'm
the Father's Day we just finished with now.
Yes, well, I think I'm a pretty awful dad. And I think most fathers feel that way, that you're constantly... One time I was eating chocolates I wasn't supposed to be eating, and my daughter said, what are those? And I said, they're black tomatoes. Because I didn't want her to think I was... So now she thinks there's something called black tomatoes. Isn't that awful? It's awful.
I think that's great. And you know that 1-year-old, if she's anything like you, she's going to have a ton to say. Because you are very funny. And the show is very interesting. So you can watch it or not. It's up to you. Thanks to Louis C.K.
When Lucky Louie was coming out and I was promoting it, I asked to do the View. And then I showed up, and the other guest was Fonzie, Henry Winkler. And, I mean, for me, it was just being there, I was like Barbara Walters. I grew up, and she was like Barbara Wawa, and she was, you know, the center of so much going on, and Arafat and all this stuff, you know. And then Fonzie. I mean, Jesus Christ. I was in, you know, like 4th grade, 3rd grade, when Fonzie was just the fucking king of the world to me. So here he is, you know, weird, not at all Fonzie. You know, hi. Like, you know, it's not Fonzie. Oh, hi. Oh, that's nice. Like, it's not how Fonzie talks. And, but he's a great guy, and he knows Pamela Adlon, who played my wife on Lucky Louie, so he actually came over to my dressing room to say, oh, I love Pamela, and I love the show. It's dear. Your show is dear. That's what he said. It's so dear. And I was, so that was great. And then I'm all of a sudden a producer comes in my room and says, I have to talk to you. They're about to go on the air. You need to see this. And her hand was shaking on this remote. She turned on the TV on this is it's on live. And there's Barbara Walters saying, our first topic is about one of our guests who has a show called Lucky Louie. And this is the most offensive, racist, sexist, terrible show I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe this is on the air. I hate it. And they all started going to town on that. There's pictures of me and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I got to go out there. Yeah. And so she said, so we still want to try to do your funny stories. I'm like, no, I can't do the funny stories. You're fucking killing me out there. And I was shaking. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it. I think I called Chris Rock, who's like an advisor to me, and I told him
backstage.
I was backstage, and I called Chris Rock and said,
"This was the best show ever, by the way."
Yeah, it was great. And I said, "I don't know what to do. These women just shit all over me, and I'm about to go out there." And he said, forget the women. You've got people who are watching at home. Just rise above it and talk to the audience." Fuck Barbara Walters. She doesn't matter. You're going to be on television right now. Nobody's even going to notice what show it is. They're just going to see you. And that was a wake me up. I went out there and I thought, I'm not talking to Barbara Walters. Her audience is more important than she is to me. And I love those ladies. And I know they'll like me. And also they showed a clip, right before they brought me out, they showed a clip from the show of me and my wife arguing about money in bed. Which is, to me, what marriage is. Arguing about money instead of fucking. And the clip really worked. And the audience laughed, and I thought, fuck her, I don't need her. And I went out there, and she made a big deal out of, Barbara Walters came over and hugged me when I first walked out. Like, we're friends now. Like, the rift is over. And when she did that, I realized, this is pure bullshit. She doesn't dislike the show. She wasn't offended. She's trying to get on the map. She's trying to make it into something. And also the Republican, I forget her name, on the other side, said something about this show has touched off a firestorm of controversy. We were on the air for like a week. It hadn't touched off anything. There was nothing. They were trying to, let's touch off this firestorm of controversy right now. So then I realized that it's all false. Nobody was really mad at me. And then I just explained the show to the audience. I knew they wanted me to come out and go, fuck you. That's what they wanted. That's why they sandbagged me, because they hoped I would misbehave. They thought I would come on and say, fuck you, you old bag. And she'd go, oh my goodness. And it would be all over the place. But instead I came out and said, listen, I thank you for bringing up these concerns, because I don't want people to think the show's here to offend anyone. It's just honest. And I went through the points of the show and why it was important.
Program from Rookie Blue, Missy Peregrine is with us. She's from Canada. She promised to bring me some cheap blood pressure medication, so we'll enjoy that together. And then with music from their self-titled debut album, Steel Magnolia, from the Bud Light stage. Tomorrow night we'll be joined by Jason Bateman from the Cincinnati Bengals, Dahani Jones, and comedian Hannibal Buress. And later this week, Shia LaBeouf. Kevin Nealon will be here, Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, Dave Salmoni and his Terrifying Animals, and we'll have music from Parachute and 311. So join us for those. Our first guest tonight is one of the funniest men around with an exceptionally funny show. The show is called Louie. You can watch it Thursdays at 10:30 on FX. Please say hello to Louis C.K. To see you.
Hi, nice to see you. Really good.
It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a long time.
It has been a long time. You're a much thinner fellow than you were before.
Don't get used to it.
No?
Now you live in New York.
Yes.
You've got 2 little girls.
Yeah, 2 kids.
Do they come on trips with you when you do this sort of thing?
I would not do that to them. No, they're at home with their mom, sleeping right now.
Oh, they are, yeah.
Well, you know where your kids are now. Didn't used to know where you know what I mean? Like when we were kids, did your parents know where you were?
Never.
No idea.
Even that thing on the news that said, it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your kids are?
Nope.
The answer was no.
No idea. Now there's a kind of a custody, chain of custody that's never broken, you know? You just can account for every second of your kids' lives.
Yeah.
You go on play dates and it's an arranged thing, and they go, you drop them off, and you wait, you take them to soccer games, and it's empowering, yay, and then you take them home. It's all very arranged.
You're right. It is more. I wonder why that is.
The people that like to have throw kids in the garbage and stuff like that, hit them and break their bones. But anyway, that's not important right now. But
Because when we were kids, it wasn't like that.
Oh no, those people were around. They weren't on stage. There was no Nancy Grace. So now, now there's somebody there to remind you of it a lot. So folks watch their kids more. I mean, it's not a new thing.
When you were a kid, you'd just be running. You'd run around the neighborhood, right?
Well, you know, yeah. Like I have my kids go on play dates, and I know I have a relationship with the parents. I know who the kids are. They've been to my house. I've been to their house. I was just a kid walking around town. I was like 8 years old, younger than my daughter, and I was just walking around. I was just a dude in town. And I would go to Greg's house, my friend Greg, and my mother never met Greg. No idea who he is. Certainly never met his dad or whoever the dude was. I don't know who it was. When I went to Greg's house, I'd knock on the door, and this guy would come, and he always wearing, like, I don't know, some kind of weird top that looked a little womany. And Hanes, he always had a Snoopy glass with gin in it. And just Hanes briefs that were fighting with, you know. And then there was always a little brown spot on the front. Yes. So I was 7 years old contemplating, does this guy poop out of his penis? Like what? Those are the kind of things that I had to think about.
Oh, that's Greg's dad for you.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't have, were you a bad kid?
I wasn't a bad kid, but I got in trouble because I just was alone and I just, you know, like I got into stealing tampons at one point.
For profit?
No, I didn't make a dime. I didn't make a dime.
Well, how would this work? I hesitate to ask, but how would this work?
No, I was 8 years old, and I just went into a CVS one day because I just roamed store aisles. And I was looking at the tampons, and I was sort of staring at them with this. I knew there was something dirty about them. I didn't know what they were. Staring, and I picked one up. I got the gall to pick one up, and I'm looking at this box of tampons, and someone came around the corner, so I put it in my jacket. And now I have stolen them. Yeah. Because if I take them out, someone saw that I had them in my jacket. In my head, I'm like, that's it. They're in there. I can't. So I left, and I had sweat on my face. And I just went home, and I threw them under my bed, and I'm eating dinner. Like, everybody knows I have tampons under my bed. And so it was a terrible, stressful experience, which I then repeated every day. For like 2 months. What? I'd go back, and I'd just do the whole cycle. I just kept doing it. And no, I never got caught. I mean, they probably saw me, but the guy's like, I'm not confronting the kid who takes the tampons. I'll pay for him out of my check before I live that moment. I'm not asking that little pervert what he's doing with those.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that boy.
Something's really wrong with him.
And how did it end?
Well, they kept going under my bed, and I just tried not to think about him. And then one day I looked, and they were just gone. They just were gone, and my mom never said anything. She must have been cleaning up, and she was like, what is this? This is crazy.
Wow, that's...
I don't know, maybe she used them for like 10 years. I don't know. I mean, would she throw them away?
You might as well. In those days, you don't waste.
Maybe I contributed to the family a little bit, you know? Maybe I kept my mom in cheap tampons for a few years. I don't know.
Are your kids unusual like that?
No.
Are you, as the weird father, are you a weird father to them?
No, I mean, I've tried to make up for it. But it's a little too late. Like, I think I had kids a little too late and a little too fat in life, you know? You gotta,
what do you mean by that?
Well, you should be a young, healthy dad. You should be a 26-year-old father in a tight T-shirt going, whoa, I'm gonna get you, you know, one of those guys. That's what kids have coming. And I'm not that.
You don't do that.
No, I take them to the park and I just run them like dogs. You got 20 minutes. I just watch them run. I stand there breathing like Tony Soprano and watching them run. And... Daddy, chase us. If someone grabs you, maybe I'll chase them. But otherwise, grow up sad. And there's just, I have a lot of physical limitations that keep me from being a good dad. Like, I'm always in a 48-hour window of diarrhea. That either I'll be having or have had diarrhea within 48 hours. Somewhere I'm on the timeline of my life and the diarrhea. And depending on where I am in that window dictates how far from my house I'm willing to venture.
I see.
How far a radius.
Yeah, right. You're
otherwise,
tethered,
yes. It's like having an ankle bracelet in a different kind of way. Because otherwise, I'm having diarrhea in a public restroom with my kids standing there watching me because they're little. I can't leave them out by themselves. So they're standing there. Daddy, I don't want to. Sorry, honey, you want to go to the aquarium, this is what happened. I said, let's go to get the newspaper and come home, but you wanted to get fancy, so you get to watch me pee out of my ass for 2 hours.
Well, it's fun with the kids. The memories that
about it, yeah.
Now, do they know? Do they understand like that you're a comedian? Do they they know this? Is this a concept that they're familiar with?
They know that Daddy tells jokes, and they don't get the business though. You know, like they don't get
who does really?
No, who does? But like I had a weird conversation with my 9-year-old. We were driving on the highway. The 6-year-old was there too, but she was just, you know, sapping resources. She wasn't really contributing to the conversation. We passed by a cruise ship. And I said, hey, girls, the cool thing about having kids is that you get to tell them what everything is. You get to be the person that reports the whole planet to them.
You're
for the
their
first
tour
time.
guide for their life.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a cruise ship. It's a massive boat. There's swimming pools and discos or whatever they have, you know. So they got excited by the idea of a cruise ship. And I said, some comedians do shows on cruise ships. And they said, do you do that? And I was like, no. Here's the thing. Comedians have a mean hatred of cruise ship comics.
Yeah.
It's just a mean prejudice. We call them Bodaks. It's just mean. It's Bodak because they pander. We just think they're crap. And it's just something you just feel. It's like being born racist. You just believe it. You don't question it. It's just a thing in you.
You might not even know, but
yeah. So my daughter's like, have you ever worked on a cruise ship? I'm like, no. And she says, why not? Why wouldn't you want to be on a boat? And I'm like, well, that's a different kind of comic. She says, well, what's the different about him? Well, a cruise ship comic just tries to please everybody. And she's like, why wouldn't you want to do that? Of course. Isn't that what you want to do? Yes, but I see some things I say on stage might upset some people. Why would you upset people? That's a terrible thing to do. So,
you know what? There might be some clarity there. I don't know.
It is.
You might want to rethink this.
I might
cruise
try the
thing.
cruise ships. Yeah.
Well, by the way, first of all, I want to say the show is terrific. It's very funny. We're going to take a quick break here. Okay. Come back and talk about Louie. Louie airs Thursday nights, 10:30 on FX. Louie C.K. We're right back.
Can I help you? Yeah, I need condoms, sexual lubricant, Vagitine, and blueberries.
Lubricant out 7, Vagitine out 3, next to the tampons, condoms behind the counter. Ain't got no blueberries.
Thank you.
That's Louie C.K. show. Louie. It's on FX every Thursday night. Louie's with us. By the way, the show is not only is it very funny, but the directing is great. I know you direct the show too.
I do, yes.
It looks great. It looks like a movie out of the 70s.
Thank you. That's
you must be very pleased with the whole thing.
I am. I love it. The movie out of the 70s is perfect. That's what I grew up loving and watching.
How is the how is the second season different from the first season? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I when I get bored of something, I just stop doing it. You know, so I didn't keep a lot of the same stuff. Like we moved to a new apartment. It's a whole other, but there's no scene where it happened. I just stopped being in that one and started another one. Last year I had one very constant character, was my brother, played by Bobby Kelly, who's a really funny guy, and he did such a good job. And this year I just didn't feel like it, so he's gone. He's just gone. He's gone. I didn't kill him in an episode. It's like he never existed.
Well, the great thing for him is it's in a way like Lost, where he could possibly come back.
Yeah,
right?
he might, I guess. I'd have to have a good idea. I didn't have any ideas for him, so I just stopped this. He's not in the reality of the show anymore like he never was. So now I have 2 sisters.
Right.
And one of them, and none of this reflects my life. The show's all fiction, but the first episode this season introduces my sister as this character, and it's a big introduction. And it's the last thing we shot because I came up with it like right before we wrapped. So she's just gone. She just doesn't come. There's a whole thing where she comes and I love her. Gone. Never see her again.
Really?
Yes, and my neighbor comes and helps me, and he's a really nice guy, and the last thing he says is, remember who your neighbors are. And I go, yes, I would. And he's gone too.
Really? It seemed like you were going to then have a neighborly, friendly relationship.
You'll never see him again. No, and last year I had this woman play my mother, and she was this crazy, horrible woman. My mother's a really nice person. So I just made up this terrible mother character played by this Mary Louise Wilson, really funny actor. And so we did the episode. And then later in the season, I wanted to do a flashback to my real mother, who was really nice. So I did that too. And so everybody was very confused. These characters are so insanely different. And the woman who played my mother as a young woman is a woman I date in another episode as just a whole other person. Because she was good at both parts. So I just don't care.
It's an ensemble cast.
Well, every episode just has its own goal. And if it messes up the goal of another episode, I don't give a shit. I just don't care.
I like that. You're very fickle, and the hell with it.
That's right.
You know what? If any of
you don't
actors...
like it, fire me.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very Darwinist system television.
No one should get too comfortable with anything.
No, man.
Not
if it
the actors
stinks, I'm gone.
And not the viewers at home.
That's right.
Louis C.K., everybody. Louis has 30 nights at